Ever wondered why your feline friend who's down to stalk a laser pointer for hours completely loses it at the mere sight of a bathtub? Like seriously, it's just water. We're about to dive deep into the top 10 reasons why cats act like water is their arch nemesis. Get ready to unlock the secrets of your cat's quirky behavior and become the ultimate cat whisperer. Okay, so to understand our feline friends, we gotta go way back, like way back to their ancestors. Imagine a world without fancy cat water fountains. A world where cats roamed free in arid deserts. Yeah, deserts. Their ancestors didn't exactly grow up with the need to swim or chill in water. They were too busy honing their hunting skills and perfecting that iconic catwalk. So basically, their aversion to water is literally in their DNA. It's like a genetic predisposition passed down through generations of fabulous felines. Imagine this, you just got your hair perfectly done, like seriously, it's taken you hours, and then someone just dumps a bucket of water over you. Not cool, right? Now think about how you would feel in that moment. Your hair, which you spent so much time and effort on, is now a soggy mess. It's heavy, it's uncomfortable, and it just doesn't look or feel the same. You might even feel a bit defeated, right? That's kinda what it's like for cats when they get wet. Their fur, which is like their pride and joy, gets heavy and clumpy when it's soaked. Imagine carrying around a wet blanket on your back. It's not just about the weight, it's about the way it clings to you, making every movement a chore. For cats, their fur is more than just a covering. It's a part of their identity. It's their shield, their comfort, and their pride. When it gets wet, it loses its fluffiness and becomes a burden. It's uncomfortable, it takes forever to dry, and it totally ruins their vibe. Cats are known for their meticulous grooming habits. They spend a significant portion of their day licking their fur to keep it clean and in top condition. When their fur gets wet, it disrupts this routine. The water makes their fur stick together, forming clumps that are difficult to groom. This can be incredibly frustrating for them. Plus, the drying process is no picnic either. It can take hours for their fur to dry completely, during which time they feel cold and uncomfortable. Plus, wet fur doesn't exactly scream fierce predator. Cats are natural hunters. They rely on their agility and stealth to catch their prey. Wet fur can hinder their movements, making them feel less confident and more vulnerable. It's like trying to run a race in a pair of soggy shoes. You just can't perform at your best. For a cat, this can be a blow to their self-esteem. They pride themselves on their hunting skills, and anything that hampers their ability to move gracefully and swiftly is a big deal. They need to stay light and agile to stalk those feather toys and leap onto countertops with grace. Cats are incredibly athletic creatures. They can jump up to 6 times their body length in a single bound. This requires a lot of strength and precision. Wet fur can throw off their balance and make it harder for them to judge distances accurately. It can also make them feel heavier, which can affect their ability to leap and pounce. So, the next time you see a wet cat, remember that they're not just being dramatic. They're genuinely uncomfortable and struggling to cope with the situation. Now let's dive a bit deeper into why cats dislike water so much. It's not just about the physical discomfort, there's also a psychological aspect to it. Cats are creatures of habit. They like routine and predictability. Getting wet is a sudden and unexpected event that disrupts their sense of security. It's like if someone suddenly threw a bucket of cold water on you while you were relaxing on the couch. You'd be startled and upset, right? The same goes for cats. They don't like surprises, especially ones that make them feel vulnerable. Another reason cats dislike water is that they have a natural aversion to it. In the wild, cats avoid water because it can be dangerous. Rivers and lakes can be home to predators or other threats. Even domesticated cats retain this instinct. They see water as something to be wary of. This is why you might notice your cat being cautious around the bathtub or sink. They're not just being fussy, they're following their instincts. It's also worth noting that not all cats hate water. Some breeds, like the Maine Coon and the Turkish Van, are known for their love of swimming. These cats have water-resistant fur and a more relaxed attitude towards getting wet. However, for the majority of cats, water is something to be avoided. So what can you do to help your cat if they do get wet? First, try to dry them off as quickly as possible. Use a soft towel to gently pat their fur dry. Avoid using a hairdryer, as the noise and heat can be stressful for them. If your cat is particularly distressed, you might want to offer them a treat or some extra cuddles to help them feel better. In conclusion, getting wet is a big deal for cats. It's uncomfortable, it disrupts their grooming routine, and it makes them feel vulnerable. So the next time you see a wet cat, remember that they're not just being dramatic. They're genuinely struggling to cope with the situation. And if you can, try to help them out. A little bit of understanding and care can go a long way in making your feline friend feel better. Like us humans, some cats have had some, shall we say, less than ideal experiences with water. Maybe they got caught in a downpour without their tiny cat umbrella. Or maybe their well-meaning but clueless human gave them a bath that was more like a waterboarding session. Whatever the reason, these traumatic experiences can create a deep-seated fear of water that's hard to shake. It's like that time you tried pineapple on pizza. Once bitten, twice shy, right? Cats are known for their amazing sense of smell. It's like 1,000,000 times stronger than ours. But here's the thing. Water can mess with their sense of smell. It amplifies certain scents, making them super intense and not always in a good way. Imagine taking a sip of your favorite iced coffee, but it's been like diluted with tap water. Not exactly the refreshing treat you were hoping for, right? So cats are basically like little furry furnaces. They like to stay warm and cozy. But water's got other plans. It can totally mess with their body temperature regulation, making them feel cold and shivery. It's like stepping out of a hot shower into a room with the AC blasting. Not exactly the vibe, right? Cats are all about that comfortable life, and being wet just doesn't fit into their chill aesthetic. We all know cats have superpowered hearing, but did you know that running water is like nails on a chalkboard to them? The constant dripping, the splashing, the gurgling, it's all just too much for their sensitive ears to handle. It's like trying to relax in a room with a smoke detector going off. Not exactly the spa-like experience most cats are going for. Cats are picky eaters, right? Well, guess what? They're picky drinkers too. And tap water, with all its chlorine and other additives, just doesn't cut it for their refined palates. It's like offering a gourmet chef a microwave dinner. They're going to politely decline. Cats prefer their water fresh, filtered, and maybe even with a side of salmon. Cats are basically the ultimate clean freaks. They spend hours grooming themselves, making sure every hair is perfectly in place. So the idea of getting wet and messing up all their hard work? Yeah, not exactly their idea of a good time. It's like spending hours putting together the perfect outfit, only to have someone spill coffee all over it. Just like some people are born with a fear of spiders, some cat breeds are just naturally more averse to water than others. Take the majestic Maine Coon, for example. These fluffy giants are known for their love of snow, but they're not exactly fans of swimming. It's all about those genetics, baby. A cat's early experiences can shape their lifelong relationship with water. If they're not introduced to water in a positive and gradual way during their kittenhood, they're more likely to develop a fear or aversion to it later on. It's like trying to learn a new language as an adult. It's not impossible, but it's definitely harder than if you'd started as a kid. So there you have it. The top 10 reasons why cats act like water is their nemesis. But hey, just because your cat isn't a fan of full-on pool parties doesn't mean they have to live in fear of the dreaded H2O. Try introducing water gradually and positively. Maybe invest in a cat water fountain to make it more appealing, or try some fun water toys. The key is to make it a positive experience for your furry friend. Start making bath time fun and stress-free for your kitty today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow cat lovers, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the world of cats. And let us know in the comments how you make your cat like water. Until next time, keep those kitty cuddles coming.